Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Green. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Green is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview Sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Do you want to become insanely successful? Do you want to be the go-to guru in your industry? Do you want to be talked about for all the right reasons? For over 40 years, Kevin Harrington has helped people just like you become significant influencers. Now he's broken the process down in the Key Person of Influence roadmap, and it's yours for free. Just text KPI to him at 727-888-2100. Text KPI to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free step-by-step guide. Text KPI to 727-888-2100 to get the recognition you deserve and experience the success as the go-to voice everyone listens to in your industry today. Welcome to the Sharkpreneur Show. This is your co-host, Seth Green. Today, I've got the great fortune to be joined by Clay Clark, one of the founders of Thrive15.com, the world's highest reviewed business growth program. Helped over 2,300 business owners see their stories. You may have seen them on Bloomberg, Forbes, Yahoo Finance, Fast Company, Business Insider, Entrepreneur, and many, many more. Clay, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, I appreciate you for allowing me to interrogate you and harass your guests.
All right. Well, that sounds like a wonderful value proposition for today's show. So let's go back in time a little bit. How did you get into business in the first place?
I was 16 years old, and I went to a youth group where it was a Lutheran youth group, and my youth pastor would provide DJ entertainment as a way to get the kids involved. And over time, I discovered that I was also interested in DJing. And there was an event called the Students Against Drunk Driving Dance that was poorly run, and I put my hand up and said I could do it better as a result of having DJed twice with my youth pastor and my teacher, who looked just like the lady who Superman dated in the Clark Kent show Lois back in the 90s or whatever.
Okay.
Looked just like her. She said to me, Mrs. Page, she said, well, if you think you can do it better yourself, then you need to do it. So thus, DJ Connection was born, and I started that business by renting equipment from a guy who smoked a lot of pot named Oswald, and I made it up as I went. I didn't have a crossfader. I signed up for BMG underneath my parents' names, a dog's name, my brother's name, the BMG. You get 13 CDs for a penny, that kind of thing. And then I worked at Applebee's, Target, and DirecTV, and continued that until in 2002, I was the City of Tulsa's Entrepreneur of the Year for the Chamber of Commerce, and we were doing about 1,000 weddings a year.
Wow.
And then in 2007, I sold it as either the largest or one of the largest 3 wedding entertainment companies in America, doing 4,000 weddings per year. DJConnection.com. It still exists. I sold it, but it still does exist.
That is absolutely incredible. I'm sure the longer version, if it hasn't already, could fill a book. So let's talk about you sold DJ Connection, and then talk a little bit about the journey from there to Thrive 15.
Well, I sold the DJ business. And by the way, we have a pool in my backyard, and there's a man cave, and they're building on a deck right now. So there's some construction in the background, which is ideal for recording.
Yes.
But basically, after I sold the DJ business, per my wife's request to create more time freedom for our family, multiple people, dentists, doctors, and lawyers, and people who I had worked for in the past said, could you help me grow my business? And I didn't know what I was doing, so I thought, yeah, what I'll do is I'll help you. You don't have to pay me anything, and you can just pay me a percentage of the upside. And that worked very, very well.
I'm sure you had a ton of takers, yes.
And then we had about 160 clients. It is our cap. That's where I never want to go beyond that. And just like the intimacy of that tribe. And I thought there's got to be a way to help more people who aren't one-on-one clients. And so we started Thrive 15 with NBA Hall of Famer David Robinson and Michael Levine, the PR guy for Nike and Prince, and Lee Cockerell, who managed Walt Disney World Resorts, and a lot of really smart people. And then I helped put it all together, and now we have thousands of subscribers all over the planet.
That is absolutely incredible. What has been the biggest adversity you've overcome in that rapid growth, and how did you overcome it?
Well, I have found, which is interesting, I don't understand it, is that a guy like Andrew Carnegie, if you read his book, Gospel of Wealth, or the books about him, he fought passionately to get access to a book. Abraham Lincoln fought to get access to a book. George Washington Carver fought for the books, for the knowledge. In today's culture of where there's just so much knowledge, there's so much misinformation and good information. We have found that people would sign up for $19 a month to an online platform to learn how to grow a business via video. And they actually didn't want to watch the videos. They wanted to come to an in-person workshop. So even though it's $250, to come to a workshop, or $20 a month to month to watch videos, people would choose, rather than being able to watch whatever I want, whenever I want for $19, I would rather come to a workshop and pay the cost to travel and to fly to Tulsa. And I couldn't believe it. And so that was my biggest adversity, because I was $1.3 million into building a massive online platform, traveling all around the world to gather up unbelievable videos. And for the thousands of people who've watched the videos, they do love them. But we have so many more people that want to come to the workshops. And so now we say, if you come to the workshops, you get the videos for free, which was just interesting. I never thought that would be a thing.
So you turn, yes, just like Napoleon Hill says, you turned your adversity into the seed of a greater benefit. That is awesome. What is the best advice you've ever gotten?
Oh, boy. Well, we'll go with best piece of advice. As a young guy, my partner, Dr. Robert Zellner, who at the time, he's 55 now, and I'm 38. I have 5 kids. He has 3. And he was my boss, he was my wife's boss. So when she was 19, he was the boss at the optometry clinic. And I met him for lunch at Ruby Tuesdays. And I said, sir, my DJ business, djconnection.com, is not growing. I don't have enough leads. And he said, well, are you advertising? And I said, no. And he says, do you put gas in your car typically, or do you just wait in the parking lot for it to, to move itself? Do you believe in gasoline? Do you believe in the idea of fossil fuels in your vehicle? Do you believe this is an idea, or should you just buy a car and sit and wait for it to move? And I didn't quite understand what he was saying. And he said, big successful companies, Nike, your Pizza Huts and McDonald's, they advertise. And you, with your small little business, you're all word of mouth. And you got to move beyond that if you want to scale it. Nail it and scale it. So that was powerful for me, because I was totally opposed to advertising because of a cosmic habit force I call jackassery.
That's a technical term.
Yeah, very technical.
That is awesome. What do you like best about what you do now?
Well, it's fun because today, after we do our show together, I'm going to be interviewing a guy by the name of Jim Stovall, who is a blind man.
Ultimate Life, yeah.
Books with Steve Forbes. And I never thought I would get to know him, let alone talk to him often, let alone interview him, or David Robinson. So I love interviewing people that are super successful and finding out how they did it and distilling it down so that the average person, or in my case, the below average person, could implement what they're what they do, or what they're teaching, those best practice systems. I enjoy that. And I also enjoy meeting the kids of the clients we've helped. People that started off maybe doing $5,000 a week of sales, who are now doing $50,000 a week of sales. And a lot of the kids coming up to me are 14, 15 at the workshops, or they'll send me letters and they'll be like, hey, we went on our first vacation, Mr. Clark, thank you. And I just love seeing the muffler guy, the dentist, the doctor, the lawyer,
yes,
finally escape the rat race. And that never gets old. And then being able to afford to dress like Billy Madison every day is a bonus.
That is definitely a bonus. All right. So you've helped over 2,300 business owners.
Yeah.
How did you you talked about the nail it and scale it and the advice to advertise. How did you reach those 2,300 business owners?
Well, what happens is, and I know this is we have a video version of this, which is awesome. So I'm just going to pull out page 4 of my book called The Boom Book, which you can download for free, by the way. And this is a linear path, and I walk all my clients through the 13-step linear path. And the book is free to download, the ebook version. You can find it at thrivetimeshow.com. And my first 40 clients, I want to say maybe 30, I don't know the exact number, were all people that I had DJ'd for their events who reached out to me because they're like, you're a disc jockey and you're doing $650 per event, and you're doing 4,000 events a year. And because I'm a smart guy with a calculator, I'm determined that you're bigger than my dentistry, and you're not very smart. You've taken your ACT 3 times. I know this, and I know you got kicked out of college because the song that got you kicked out of college is on YouTube, and I found it. And I know this, and I'm curious as to how you did it. And then when I would meet with them, they would say, so you own part of an automotive repair shop too? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And they say, so you also own a men's haircut chain? I said, oh, yeah. And you also have been part of growing a carpet cleaning franchise? And I say, oh, yeah. They go, what else do, you sneaky man? And I still wore a suit at the time, so I still looked professional. And those 30 or 40 crazy people signed up as clients where they didn't pay anything. I just got a percentage of the revenue. And then they told their friends and their friends and their friends, and really no advertising at all. And then recently, 7 years ago, we were approached to turn our videos into a radio show that would be syndicated in select AM markets, running at the same time as Rush Limbaugh in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, that kind of thing. And more people started hearing that. I put it into a podcast form. And now 1,800 episodes later, we have about 25 people a day reaching out to us in some capacity for one-on-one coaching. And we have usually one or none spots available per month. And so it's been really fun. And we just tell them, we're not available, but come to the workshop.
That is awesome. Congratulations. What drives you crazy about what you do?
When people are confronted with the facts, like as an example, for those of you who are watching the video version, today's a host here. He has better hair than me. I have a hat on, but he has better hair. Good hair, natural curl, good stuff. And he's got a really nice brand, the Sharkpreneur. It's nice. But you'll meet with some clients, and they'll say, my brand is called, and I don't want to rip a specific client, but it's a bad name, bad name, and the website looks really bad. So I say, Mr. Client, I have a question. Do you, and I do all of the 13-point assessments, so I decide who gets to come in the program. And I said, Mr. This just happened a couple weeks ago. Mr. Dentist, can I ask you who made your site? And he's like, well, I did. Why? And I'm like, well, here's the deal. I want you to be successful so much that I'm willing for the next 60 seconds to be kind of stressful. Are you okay with that? Yeah, why? It looks really bad in terms of the look of it. But then as a bonus gift, it doesn't adhere to any of the Google compliance rules. So it's not mobile compliant, and it's like invisible to the search engines. So we need to fix the back end and the front end. But the good news is we have the ability to do it. And it's a fork in the road. The guy can say, this particular guy said, really? How bad is it? I'm like, well, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 1, just like a 1. It's like, but you probably made it yourself, right? And he goes, yeah, I did. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So let's make sure that the website looks as good as your dentistry, because you do a great job on cosmetic veneers. I don't do cosmetic veneers. Let's make it look as good. And let's go even further. Let's do a Tiffany box. Let's take a Tiffany box and let's pretend, because I'm like a Kmart ring. I'm like a cubic zirconium Kmart ring of a man. I am a man bear pig. Let's wrap me in a Tiffany box and see if that increases my value. You feel me? So we want to raise the quality of the brand. We want to, and then when someone accepts it and goes, yes, I get this feeling inside, and I start to say to myself, yes. And I get excited. This just in, I feel good. But when somebody says to me, they'll say, I don't like you. And I feel like I'm watching like a Trump debate versus Obama, Trump, where at a certain point we've lost we've forgot what we're talking about. Now we're just attacking each other personally. Somebody's attacking somebody. And all of a sudden now really? Well, how many businesses do you have? And I'm like, I've started 15, but that doesn't matter. The point is your website needs to be fixed. Well, my sister was a billionaire's friend, neighbor, and they told me you suck. And it's like, well, what was that? So I hate when people make it personal and they don't focus on fixing the literal. And then also accounting. To be successful, you have to know your numbers. And I have found that every workshop is about vision, branding, and entrepreneurship. Maybe a little side of sales. Sales, vision, branding, marketing. And that has a place. But as you guys know, because you help a lot of businesses, somebody has to sit down and say, we got to pay taxes. And people say, taxes? Yeah, it's a graduated system. The more you make, the more they take. So you homes now owe 3 times more taxes than you owed last year because you're like twice as big. So we need to work on the whole tax game. And people don't ever want to devote a coaching meeting to taxes. And they want to delegate it to their accountant, who really just tells you how much you owe. No one wants to be proactive. And so when I have to be the proactive guy who talks about accounting, I find I have to offer my clients Red Bulls or like a Bang energy drink, or I have to hit them in the crotch with a cowbell or something to get them to pay attention, because people hate accounting. They hate accounting. Oh, they hate accounting. It's like offensive to people.
I'll be the choir that you're preaching to. All right. So what we talk, how many, you said workshops, live events, how many of those do you do a year?
6. And that is down from 11 a month that I used to do. And I traveled, and my wife, we have 5 kids. And my wife pointed out to me that in order to raise my kids, I should see them. And I was thinking,
that is kind of a bonus. I don't have 5, we have 3, but yes, I too got the wife lecture of, you're traveling too much, you need to be home more.
I was definitely a C- father. And I only say C- because I have a little self-esteem, but otherwise it'd be like a D if you look at the facts. And, but my wife is an A+ mom, and she said, baby, our family has to come first. So, that transition, that harsh transition happened 5 years ago, but 5 years ago almost to this date, I was doing 11 events a month all over the country and in Canada and, different places like Roatan and that kind of thing. And I'm done with that. And I'm just, now people can fly to our event center. It's my office, and it's an 18,000 square foot building where it's the hub of our 15 multi-million-dollar brands are all there. And people can come in and meet our team, and they can see all the employees. And it's kind of fun when you can see, 100 employees or teammates and see real people working, and as opposed to charlatanism. You can see my real team, and it's every 2 months we do that.
That is awesome. All right. So who is your ideal client for both the online membership and the physical in-person events?
People that are not startups. So if you are a startup, I believe in you. And I worked at Target and Applebee's and DirecTV. And I believe in you. And I know that when I worked at Applebee's, Target, and DirecTV, I had a lot of dysfunctions I had to fix to become functional. I know that. I was the worst. But what happens is a lot of times people believe that just because they want it, that they don't have to build a canonically compliant website or a pro forma that makes sense or have an LLC that's actually protects them. And so people just, they feel like we don't need a sales script because we're so motivated. And my workshops are for people who are sufficiently motivated. So if you are already motivated and you're a startup, that's fine. But if you're coming to me for motivation, you're not going to like me, because I, grew up without any money. And so I've been motivated since discovering I didn't have any money. And I got married at a young age. We waited about 4 or 5 years to have kids. And I had 5 kids. And I have goals. Like, I want to make sure my mom doesn't ever have to stress out financially, since my dad died of Lou Gehrig's. I've got goals to put my kids into private schools. I have goals to own thousands of trees and a pool with a man cave in it with a waterfall. And I've got things that motivate me. And I don't know how to relate. I won't walk on hot coals with you.
Awesome. All right. So for our folks who meet that description, who are not looking for motivation, who hopefully are not startups and can afford the program and afford to implement what you tell them, where is the best place for us to send them?
Well, you go to thrivetimeshow.com. It's thrivetimeshow.com, and there you're going to find an ebook version of all 13 of my books. You can download those for free. That's free stuff. There's 1,800 podcasts that you can listen to with interviews with John Maxwell and Wolfgang Puck and Seth Godin, and some of my other buddies are up there. And they're all 1,800 of them free to download. And then if you want to book a ticket, we cap our events at 115 attendees per event. So it's more interactive, and you can ask questions and that kind of thing. Or if you want to come to the December conference, we throw caution to the wind, and it's big and epic and crazy. That's our December event. You can learn more there. And then if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, we charge a flat rate of $1,700 per month. It's month to month, and there is no contract. And if you need a hand up, not a hand out, but a hand up, we have a scholarship program for 2 clients a month who are people who are in need of a little hand up. And basically, we meet them at their budget, and there's no contract. And our average client sticks around, I would say, for 4 to 5 years, or until they sell something, until they sell their business. Usually, that's kind of what happens.
All right. We will send them all there for your very generous offers. Clay, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, I have a quick offer for your audience, and I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, please, of course.
If you're listening to this show, and I know you are, I would like for you to find the Sharkpreneur somewhere where you listen to podcasts, wherever you're hearing this right now, and subscribe to this glorious podcast. Subscribe to this thing, okay? Subscribe to it. I can smell blood in the water. You want to subscribe. Subscribe to his podcast and leave him an objective review. Tell him how he's doing. Give him a review. And if you will do that, and email me proof that you did it to info@thrivetimeshow.com. We'll give you tickets to our next workshop for $37 due to a sponsorship we have available right now. So it's normally $250 a ticket, but it'd be $37. But you have to leave a review for the Sharkpreneur, not for my podcast, but for his, because he is a better man.
Wow. I don't know about that, but thank you very much. Yeah. I greatly appreciate the fan appreciation. Thanks everybody for listening and watching. We will talk to you next time on Sharkpreneur. Thank you again, Clay, for the very generous offer and the awesome content and the amazing, entertaining half hour.
You have great hair.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level, but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.